Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen. I can see you're so happy, so excited, so ecstatic, so elated to have this wonderful opportunity to come to you today to lead you in a very special way. And today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and the necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you express it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because mourning is a good thing. And I'm so grateful, so thankful for each and every one of you being here today as we take another step in our grief journey and lead you in this way. Make sure you like, share, tag somebody in this post. If this grief devotion is a blessing to you, 10 times out of 10, I do recommend it's going to be a blessing to somebody else. So if you know somebody that's dealing with loss, change, and transition, if you know somebody that's navigating through, wading through the waters of grief, tag them in this post. Let them know it's about to go down. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 325, and we're going to talk about I find gratitude for even tiny steps forward. I find gratitude for even tiny steps forward. I say all the time, one of my favorite sayings is small steps lead to great distances. Small steps lead to great distances. I absolutely, positively love that quote, that saying. It's a mantra. I live by it. Small steps lead to great distances, right? That you don't have to take big steps. You don't have to take giant steps. You don't have to take big, massive leaps. No, take a tiny step. Take a small step, because that small step is going to lead you to great distances. And when you start talking about a grief journey, when you start talking about being in a position where your world has been shattered and you're trying to pick up the broken pieces, you're trying to move forward, you're trying to process everything that happens, and everything is just all over the place. When you start talking about how you can take tiny steps on this journey, you find gratitude for even the smallest steps. You find gratitude for even the smallest steps, right? Because when you think about how your heart has been broke, world shattered in 1,000 pieces, you just trying to survive. You just trying to make it. You just trying to move forward. You just trying. And when you start gathering these small steps, when you start gathering these broken pieces, when you start making small steps, y'all, you find gratitude, right? Because I may not be where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. And I can thank God for the small things. Check this out. Grief is a long, arduous journey. It's also a journey that typically gets harder before it gets easier. This is not a 2-3 week thing. This is not a 6 week thing. This is not, I'm grieving for 2 months, I'm good. I'm grieving for 3 months and I'm good. No, this is not that. This is not, and this is for all the people who think that, yeah, after 3 months, you're good. There's some people that think that, yep, yeah, his mother died 3 months ago, but he should be good now. Nah, that's not the way that works. Yeah, we coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the death. They saw. I'm sorry. They good now. I know they should be good now because it's been a year, right? Time heal all wounds. That's false. That's false. This is not something to where you hit a milestone and it's all good. No, grief is it's a arduous journey, right? It is definitely a journey. It's also a journey that gets harder before it gets easier. Grief is not linear. There is no straight line. There's no 1, 2, 3, 4. You went through the steps, the processes, and you get. That's not the way that works. That's not the way that works. You'll be on this journey for the rest of your life. You'll be on this journey for the rest of your life. And yes, it gets harder before it gets easier. But if you actively mourn, if you befriend your grief, it's going to get it's going to subside. I can tell you that. It's going to subside. What is that? It's going to subside, right? But you got to navigate through the journey. So check this out, y'all. It can be hard to maintain the strength I need to keep going. Especially in the beginning, it can be hard to maintain the strength to keep going. Life, where world flipped upside down, life totally different. Everything just changed. Everything is shifted. It can be hard to find the strength to keep going. Sometimes you don't want to. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to comb your hair. You don't want to brush your teeth. You don't want to move forward. You don't want to do nothing because you're just trying to process. Never would you imagine this is what it is, right? And even if you're functioning, if you're getting up and going to work, sometimes it's hard to find the motivation to keep going, right? Because it has taken so much out of you. It has zapped you and sapped all of your energy and your strength. It can be hard to find the strength to keep going. So, what's the solution? I can find the strength in gratitude, but I can find that strength in gratitude when I acknowledge the good things in my days. When I acknowledge the good things in my days, we can heal grief, or we can navigate through grief with gratitude. Navigating through grief with gratitude. I tell you this all the time. We talked about it before. If you will jolt, JOLT, just one little thing you're grateful for, just one little thing you're thankful for, just one little thing. If you could focus your energies on just one little thing, right? Jolt. Navigating through grief with gratitude is so powerful. I can find that strength and gratitude when I acknowledge the good things in my days. When I acknowledge the good things in my days. Remember, if all you see is what you see, then you'll fail to see what you need to see. If all you do are looking through goggles of grief, right? If all you see is the pain, you will fail to see what you need to see because there are some good things that are still you still got going for you. There are some good things that go around, and I'm not telling you to suppress your grief. I'm not telling you to deny your grief. But what I'm telling you is that you can heal grief with gratitude, and if you will begin to acknowledge the good things, right, that are around you. Check this out. When I acknowledge the good things in my days, and when I intentionally foster awareness of even the tiny steps forward that I'm making. When you intentionally foster awareness of even the tiny steps forward you are making. I remember reading a story about a man he had just finished his like fifth marathon. And you might be saying, big deal. He finished his fifth marathon. But when the man started to tell his story, it was mind blowing. The man was, I forgot, he was, I don't know, 500 pounds or something, right? And he didn't have the surgery. He didn't do none of that. He wanted to lose it naturally. And so he started off, he said he knew he needed to get moving. And so he started from walking from the couch to the front door. He would walk from the couch to the front door, and that's all he could do. He'd be out of breath. He'd walk from the couch to the front door, and then come back, sit down on the couch to the front door, couch to the front door. Then he started walking from the couch to the driveway, from the couch to the driveway, from the couch to the driveway. Then he started walking from the couch to the front door to the driveway. He started walking to the mailbox. So he was able to get all the way from the couch to the driveway, couch to the front door to the driveway to the mailbox. Then he started going from the couch to the front door to the driveway to the mailbox, and I think he made it like 3 houses down, right? And then he had to come on back. Y'all, this continued to progress until the man was able to walk down the street. After that, he was able to walk around the block. After that, he was able to like walk around the block twice. And it got to the point I told you, he had ran his 5th marathon, right? And this is the thing, this is what I love about that story so much. I love in the story that small steps led to great distances. That he didn't take one giant leap starting out. It was a small step from the couch to the door. But when he kept taking those steps, eventually it led to him running a marathon. The Bible says, do not despise the day of small beginnings, right? Do not despise the day of small beginnings. And when you're navigating through your grief journey, you can celebrate small steps. You can celebrate tiny steps. You can celebrate little things that you're able to do. You can find gratitude in the little things that you're able to accomplish, right? I can find that strength and gratitude when I acknowledge the good things in my days and when I intentionally foster awareness of even the tiny steps forward that I'm making. I am creating momentum toward healing. That man created momentum from his couch to the front door, all the way from his couch to running marathons. That's momentum. And I'm telling you now, when you actively mourn, when you befriend your grief, when you do the work, you create momentum. You create momentum, and you can start to celebrate the tiny steps, the small things that are happening and taking place along the way of your grief journey. Here's the final thought. I'll take any questions that you got. You can drop them in the chat. As much as possible, I live in a state of wonder, awe, and gratitude. As much as possible, I live in a state of wonder. I live in a state of awe, and I live in a state of gratitude. Today is day 325. I find gratitude for even tiny steps forward. I want to encourage you to jolt, jolt, Jolt. Just one little thing. Just one little thing. We've done this in the past in communal fashion. We've done it posting on social media. We will post daily, like just one little thing we're grateful for, right? Just one little thing. Just one little thing. You can heal grief with gratitude, y'all. Hey, Kelly Bivens, small steps I heard good advice for when a person is way down, either with grief, trauma, or whatever. Set 15 minutes aside, clean the silverware drawer. Feeling of completion can spark motivation. Absolutely. Yep. Feeling of completion can spark motivation. This is so very true. And they even say, like, make your bed. Like, what's one of the most powerful first things you can do in the morning? Make your bed, right? Because it's a sense of accomplishment. Oh, I've made the bed. I've accomplished something. Look at it. It looks good. I've accomplished something. I made up something, right? So whether it's making your bed, whether it's cleaning the silverware, right? Feeling of completion can spark motivation. And that this helps you gain momentum because it becomes like, well, what's next? I was able to do that. I feel accomplished. What's next, right? So it's so very important for you to know and understand. Thank you for sharing that because it's so true. Y'all are the bomb.com. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. No more questions, comments. Y'all, I want y'all to focus. Y'all can heal grief with gratitude, right? Y'all can. Jolt, just one little thing. I know it's hard. I know it's rough. I know we're navigating through this season. I know it can be very difficult, but just one little thing. Just one little thing. Just one little thing. Small steps lead to great distances. Keep taking these small steps. They're going to lead you to great distances. And thank you. Just let me say thank you for allowing me to be along for the journey. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Sr. Thank y'all for joining us on today. Look forward to connecting with y'all again tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's go.